Okay, this is the second Lazarus video. You should already have your Lazarus moving around in a little test room. Now the first step, which I've already done, is I like to make my little groups here, but I've made or brought in all the sprites for the boxes. So you have a stone, metal, wood, and cardboard. Probably should make a group for these called boxes, and then I can just drag them down in here, and then I can close it or open it just to keep things a little more streamlined like that. So bring in these 1, 2, 3, 4 sprites. Once I have those sprites in, I made another group here. You can do that, and I called it boxes, and you're going to make stone, metal, wood, and cardboard box. Let me show you one. What you need to do is, give it the appropriate sprite and make sure you check solid on all of them. I'm going to double check mine here. Stone, metal, wood, and cardboard. Okay, now we have all those boxes objects. I'm going to create a new object at this point, and I'm going to call this object falling stone. These are going to be the boxes that fall into the room. Well, the sprite is going to be stone. Okay? All right. We also want to make these solid as before. All these will be solid. Now let's start with a creation event. When this box is created, I want to move into a position. That position is going to be right above Lazarus' head. So obj Laz stand dot x. We'll get the x coordinate from the standing Lazarus in the room and put it here. Then I'm going to make y of -40 so it appears or it's created off the screen so you don't see it being created. Do not check relative. Okay. Now when it's created, I'm going to start it moving. Move fixed. It's going to be in a downward direction, and we're going to have a speed of 5, which is a little slower than the Lazarus, so Lazarus can outrun it if need be. Now we have to do our collision events. There are a few collision events to worry about. We have Lazarus, the floor, and all the other boxes. So if I add a collision with Laz stand, okay, I'm going to change other, which is Lazarus standing. I'm going to change it into Lazarus squished, because Lazarus just got squished, and I am going to perform the events which will restart the room and it'll play the animation. Okay, now I'm going to add another collision event, and this is going to be if it collides with the floor, or we called it the wall. If it collides with the wall, what I want to do is I want to change this box here, the falling stone box, into the regular stone box. Okay? And then, let me get that okay. And then I want to stop it moving. First, stop it moving. Okay. Another condition we want to check for are with all the other boxes. So a stone box, which is this one, falling stone, collides with a stone box. I'm going to stop it from moving, and then I'm going to change it into a stone box so that it will stack on top of another stone box if it hits it. Okay. Now hold on. We need to think about the other boxes now. Stone box is the strongest box, so it's going to crush the other boxes. So let's do that. Stone, we already have, so now we're going to do a collision with metal. If it collides with the metal box, I want to destroy the instance of other and destroy that box. And that's it. It'll keep moving down and destroy or stack on whatever else is underneath it, because it's still a falling stone box. Now, let's add a collision event. I already have metal. Let's go wood. Destroy instance of other also for wood. And of course, the collision event with the cardboard box is going to destroy the cardboard box. So I've got, it hits Laz stand, it squishes Laz and does perform events, yes. It hits the wall, we're going to stop it from moving, and we're going to change it into a stone, regular stone box. There's no events to perform, so that's why it's not. If it hits a stone box, it's going to stop and change itself into a regular stone box, so it will stop falling. And metal, destroy other, yes. It's also going to destroy the wood, which is other, and it's going to destroy the cardboard, which is other. Okay, I do believe we have the falling stone box done. Now that we have the stone box or the falling stone done, we have to make all of the other falling boxes. So the next one in line is probably a good idea to do the metal box. Okay, so we're going to create obj falling metal. We're going to make it solid, and we're going to give it the metal sprite. Okay, so like before, add event when it's created, we want it moving, but first we want to jump to position of obj Laz stand dot x and the y of -40. So it starts there, and then it's going to move downward. I believe it was a speed of 5. And we have to do the other collisions. So we know we've got to take care of Laz now. We got to squish the Lazar. If it's a collision with Laz stand, we are going to change the other, not the metal box, but Lazarus into squished and perform events, yes. Okay. The wall is next. Add event, collision wall. Let's stop the box so it stands or stays put, and let's change it into so we're a metal box. Let's change it into a object box metal. So there is the wall. Now we have to worry about all the boxes. Let's do them in order, starting from stone, then metal, then wood, then cardboard. And we'll just keep that consistent here. So add event collision with box stone. When I do that, it's not going to crush it. We're going to stop it, and then we're going to change this box itself into a metal box. Okay, so now if it collides metal on metal, it's going to stop, and it's going to switch itself into a metal box. We have two metal boxes stacked on top of each other. Everything else it destroys. So we add a collision to wood. If you hit wood, you are going to destroy other, so that you destroy the wood box. And if you add an event, collide with cardboard, you are going to destroy other, so it destroys the cardboard box. Stone, stacks, metal, stacks, wood, destroy, cardboard, destroy. Okay, that might be correct. Time to make a falling. We're on wood now, right? Object, falling, wood, solid, sprite, boxes, wood. When it's going to be created, we are going to jump to position above Lazarus, obj, las stand.x, and a y of -40. We're going to start the box there, and then we're going to start it downward with a speed of 5. Alright, now we can start working on our collision events. First, let's be consistent. I believe I had Laz first, so let's collide. It was Lazarus stand. Let's change Lazarus stand, which is other Lazarus, into Lazarus squished, and perform those events. So that's what's going to happen if we hit Lazarus stand. Okay, now we got to make sure we got a collision, of course, with the wall. The wall, we're going to stop it, and then we're going to switch yourself into, see, this is wood, or the regular wood box. Okay, so we got Lazarus wood. Now we have to go in order. We have to put a collision event with the stone box. Stone gets stopped, and then we are going to switch the falling wood, which is self, into a regular wood box. So it will stack on top of stone. What if I could just right click on these and copy these? Because when it collides with a metal box, it will also stop and change. And when it collides with a wooden box, it'll stop and change. But it's going to crush. So if it collides with a cardboard box, it's going to destroy other, which is the cardboard box. Stone, metal, wood, cardboard, wall, stand, create. Probably something wrong. Figure it out later if it doesn't work. Now I have to make the obj falling cardboard box. Alright, solid, add, create, boom, oops, there we go, jump to position, obj, las, stand.x. We got a -40 for this. We're going to start moving it down with a speed of 5. Okay, if we run into the old Lazarus, we are going to change him into squished. Where is it? There it is. And we are going to perform events, which are a few events to perform. If we add a collision with a wall, I'm going to stop it from moving, and I'm going to switch myself into box card. Oop, I don't have, oops, no sprite yet. Cardboard. Okay, now here we might as well give this a cardboard sprite too, huh? Now I can copy these. It is going to stack on top of everything. Cardboard does not destroy anything. So wall, add events, collision, box, stone, paste, add event, collision, box, metal, paste, add events, collision, box, wood, paste, add event, collision, box, cardboard, paste. I think that's it. Wall, box, stone, card. There's parenting, by the way, that you can use to refine some of this. We'll get that into a little bit later into chapter 6. There we go so far. Now we're going to create boxes that'll show the next box that's going to show up. So we just need to have a next box object for each one of these sprites so we can show that in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. So this is going to be pretty easy. I'm going to create a box called obj next stone and hit solid. That's it. Oops, no, that's not it. You got to give it a sprite. Box stone. So I'm going to do that off camera for the rest of the boxes. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if we don't have any more falling boxes in the room and we have a standing Lazarus. At that point, we need to make another falling box appear. So we're going to do that with, I'm going to create an object, and we're going to do that with a controller. An invisible thing in the room that handles events. And it's going to be doing a step event. It's going to be checking this all the time in the room. And down here under control, we have all these kind of check things. So we're going to check to make sure if it's 0. So we are going to check to see if falling stone is equal to 0. I'm going to drag another one in. And if boxes falling metal is also equal to 0, so no stone, no metal, and if falling wood, there's no wood, it's equal to 0, and if we also don't have any falling cardboard, alright, now we're going to do something. If all these things are true, this one goes to this one, goes to this one, goes to this one. If this is true, it checks the very next thing. If this is true, it runs the very next thing. If this is true, it runs the very next thing. But now we want a bunch of things to be ran. If all these are true, we're going to run a bunch of other things. So we need to use these start blocks of code. If I don't use these, it will just run the very next action. Okay. So there should be a next box down in the corner of the room at this point. So what we'll do is we'll change instances of object next stone into object falling stone. So it gets rid of the next box and it changes it into a falling one. And we got to make sure that we perform the events so that the creation event of the falling stone, where it moves to the top of the room, way outside of the room, and starts moving, gets ran. We don't know what kind of box is down here in the next corner, so we're going to do it for all of them. So the first one was stone, and so the next object we're going to look at is, I want to change next. Oh, I spelled stone wrong. Oh, great. Metal. Metal into falling metal, and we are going to perform the events. Where is that misspelled? There it is. I'll fix that. It'll come haunt me later, probably. Okay. So, stone, metal, and now this one is going to be next wood. Yes. And it's going to be falling wood, like Bollywood. Alright, then we got the last object. If there is a next cardboard, we want to change this falling into falling cardboard. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to replace that next block. So what we're going to use is this thing called create random, and we'll randomly create one of these objects. So what we want to do is we want to create the next one. Next stone box. Well, I could move this up. I'll do that. Next metal. Move this up here. Object box. Next wood. Object box. Next cardboard. And let's put it in the bottom of the room. So X is going to be there and Y is going to be 440, which will position it down in the bottom corner of our room. We could have used like room width -20 on that for a different size room, be a little bit more adaptive, but we're going to keep that there for now. Okay, well, it's time to test. Oh boy, I don't have any idea if this is going to work. Well, let's open up our room here. Let's go down. Delete all this. Put Laz there. Put the controller somewhere in the room. See, it just shows up as a blue dot. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's just see what happens here. Let's save it. Cross your fingers. We have to be kind of quick here. Oh yeah. Okay, there's my next box. Okay, so it seems to be creating random boxes. I've got a wood, I've got a stone, I've got a metal. Let's test to see if I get squished. Okay, this is alright. Since lab stand is destroyed, he's no longer in the room. Alright, that worked. Let's run it again. Sure, I move this up next time. Sometimes I forget to move it up. Okay, here we go. Alright, cardboard, metal. Okay, cardboard should stack on top of the metal. Now this metal box should break that cardboard. It does. Oh, what happened? Did I just run into that box? Unknown object, Laz, object falling, stone. I may have like just ran off there. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure this out. Okay, mine seems, oh, I just got crushed. Okay, mine seems to be working okay. I can't find any errors, but you want to watch for those. If you move over too quickly before the box changes. I moved over too quickly, and this was still a falling box when I tried to move over, so it squished me, couldn't find me in the room, so it gave an error. What you want to do is you want to make sure you come in here and make sure that they are changing into, you know, the stone box, unless it's a destroy. Yeah, and then there might be a little bit of troubleshooting, but there you go. There's like the next step, and then now we just got to finish up the sounds and how to win the game would be nice too. I'll have to show you that in the next video. And we're gonna put in a scared in there, and we're gonna add some goals and some stuff like that. Okay, and then we'll build some levels. All right, bye.